Bitcoin.
It's going up forever.
You're against Bitcoin, you're against freedom.
Yeah, welcome to another episode of Simply Bitcoin Live, your number one source for the peaceful Bitcoin revolution, breaking news, culture, and manic warfare. We will be your guide through the separation of money and state. Michael Saylor literally saying the quiet part out loud. He's saying basically that Bitcoin will 10x from here. Now, there's a couple of things that he said needed to happen in order for that to be achieved, but the important part here is that he didn't just say this on a Twitter Spaces, right, with a bunch of anons like listening in. No. He said this on the legacy corporate media, and he said, Bitcoin will 10x from here if these three things happen, or a couple of these things happen. 10x from 35K, where we are currently sitting, is $350,000 Bitcoin. That's a really big statement. But at the same time, I think he has the ability to say that because obviously his strategy using Bitcoin as an alternative to holding dollars on his balance sheet clearly has worked. But what are those three things that he said needed to happen? There needed to be a change in the accounting rules, the FASB accounting rules. Check that off the list. That happened. That was a big deal when that news broke. The other thing he said needed to happen was that large banks needed to have the ability to custody Bitcoin for their institutional clients. Check that off the list. Multiple banks in the United States and Europe are applying for licenses in order to do that. And then the third thing he said needed to happen, which was the approval of a spot Bitcoin ETF. So those three things have happened. On Twitter Spaces, which he didn't say this on the legacy corporate media, he said if those three things happen, we would be going to $5 million per coin. He wasn't as bullish on the legacy corporate media, but he still said 10x, which is a huge jump from where we are now. So anyways, I thought that was super noteworthy. And I think that, guys, we are in the beginning of the next bull cycle. We're in the first innings of it. I think we all feel it. We had a little bit of a tease when the price of Bitcoin went from 27K to 35. I think it touched 26. And now it's been kind of hovering around this area. That was a massive candle, right? What was that, like $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 in a day or two? All of Bitcoin Twitter was losing their minds. If you've never experienced a full bull market cycle, that was a tease of what is to come. Strap in, hold on, don't trade, stay humble, stack sats, stay solvent, because we still have about, a year and a half, 2 years of this bull cycle left. And my intuition is telling me it's going to be a little bit crazy this year. There has never been a time in Bitcoin's history where the amount of Bitcoin on exchanges it continues to go lower, and that wasn't the case last cycle. It was trending up for a while. Now it's trending down. Right, the hash rate continues to make all-time highs. The hash rate represents the estimated amount of computational power actively mining the Bitcoin network, theoretically making it more secure, making it more difficult to attack. Right, so theoretically, the higher the value proposition, in my opinion. So anyways, it looks like all the stars and planets are aligning, but I want to bring up Opti to talk to him about this because I think a lot of us are, specifically the class of 2017, 2018, I think a lot of us have PTSD from the last cycle just because it was a bit of a tease, bro. It was a bit of a tease. A lot of people had this expectation that Bitcoin was going to hit 100K. And it fell way short of that. And I think American Hodl had this great thread over the weekend.
I was just about to mention it.
Yeah, so he says bias is a mother effer. Last bull, we had two major blind spots. One, 100K guarantee. Two, higher lows. In my opinion, the big blind spot this bull is, quote, diminishing returns. Many will sell far too much, far too soon. Imagine selling 100K only to watch it explode to 500K shortly after. Pain, right? And one thing.
Wait, literally attacking Nico. Love to see it. Shouts out American Hodl.
It's good. It's good because that was like the mainstream consensus. The mainstream consensus was 100K guaranteed, and I think a lot of people were let down because of that. And now I think a lot of people have PTSD. A lot of people got like, disillusioned, so to speak. And I think people are expecting, diminishing returns. That's what I've said. And I think that there is going to be some type of diminishing returns. But I also think that if the mainstream consensus is, we're only going to reach 100K, 120K, 130K Bitcoin, Bitcoin tends to do the thing that everyone least expects, So I would be pleasantly surprised. All I know is that I'm didn't read, never selling, don't care, just gonna keep stacking. So my feelings might feel a certain way. I might feel a certain way, but my actions are just hodl, stack sats.
Well, Nico,
just keep building up that stack. That's it.
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, that is what we talk about here all the time on the show. And I also concur with American Hodl. I'm definitely seeing that same thing. And as much as we might believe in the wisdom of crowds, we know that Bitcoin does
the exact
most
opposite.
pain. It's
Like
always
literally
max
the
pain in
exact
Bitcoin.
opposite.
And if everyone thinks diminishing returns, then we're probably not going to see diminishing returns this cycle. I don't know. I keep saying that we are maybe, but not really, entering a super cycle type scenario.
Oh God, we're bringing back the super cycle.
Dude, I got to. But no, I really don't think it's super cycle. I see a perfect storm headed towards us, and it's really about institutional adoption. As Bitcoin does break that six-figure number, the amount of FOMO we're going to see from retail, the amount of attention we're going to see from the corporate press, it's just like, look what we did in 2017 when we got into it. And it wasn't nearly as big or as mature as it is now. So I don't know. I'm just feeling that maybe we are wrong and we're all being conservative just because we all do have PTSD from calling ridiculous prices last cycle. And on the flip side, I feel like I'm taking crazy pills here because I remember like a 10% shift in one day wasn't God candles. And here we're calling it God candles just because we've had 2 years of getting absolutely kicked in the teeth. So
yeah,
I think it's going to be a great 2024 going into 2025. It's all I'm saying.
I think we have a little bit. I think we do have a little bit of PTSD. I think that is undeniable. I think a lot of people had higher expectations for the next cycle, but clearly that wasn't the case. But it doesn't matter.
Stack that, stay humble, stay solvent.
Oh, Rustin's in the chat. There was a setup for a super cycle. This is it. Oof.
Rustin gets it.
Rustin's ultra bullish. By the way, shout out to Rustin dropping hot fire over the weekend.
Wait. Shouts out to everyone. We made it to 21K on YouTube.
Wait. That means we're doing a giveaway.
I'll handle it during the culture. The culture is for you guys today.
Okay, we are doing a giveaway. So
we're doing a giveaway live for the
tuned.
Yeah. But I have to kind of add some context to the rest of the giveaways. So we're doing one giveaway today, and then I'll tell you guys the rest.
Okay, awesome. I'm so excited. It's gonna be a great show, guys. Buckle up. Let's get it rolling. Let's do it, everybody. Let's get to the numbers.
The Bitcoin numbers.
Is your Bitcoin in cold storage really secure? Is your seed phrase really secure? Stamp Seed's do-it-yourself kit has everything you need to hammer your seed words into commercial-grade titanium plates instead of just writing them on paper. Don't store your generational wealth on paper. Paper is prone to water damage, fire damage. You want to put your generational wealth on one of the strongest metals on planet Earth, titanium. Your words are actually stamped into this metal plate with this hammer and these letter stamps. And once your words are in, they aren't going anywhere. No risk of the plate breaking apart and pieces falling everywhere. Titanium stamped seeds will survive nearly triple the heat produced by a house fire. They're also crush-proof, waterproof, non-corrosive, and time-proof. All things that paper is not, allowing you to hodl your Bitcoin with peace of mind for the long haul. Stamp your seed on Stamp Seed. All right, guys, I made it super easy for you guys. You could scan the QR code on your screen right now. It'll take you directly to the Stampseed website. Store your generational wealth on titanium. Don't store it on paper. Store it on titanium. You could use promo code SIMPLY to get yourself a 15% discount. At the time of recording, the Bitcoin price is 34,960 sats per dollar, 2,860. Block height, 815,594. Blocks to halving, 24,406. Halving estimate, April 20th, 2024. Total Lightning Network capacity, 5,317 Bitcoin. Capacity value, 185 million US dollars. Realized monetary inflation, 1.74%. Continuing to take fiat currencies to absolute school. The market capitalization of Bitcoin, $683 billion. That's billion with a B. Bitcoin versus gold market cap, 5.16%. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Chad Saylor on Legacy Corporate Media on Squawk. It's Squawk Box, I think is the name of the show, on CNBC. And he had some things to say, which I find interesting. Let's check it out.
For the industry to move to the next, we need to migrate to adult supervision. We're going to need big banks to become the crypto custodians. We're going to need Wall Street to take a role. And we need to rationalize away from the 100,000 crypto tokens, yo-yo coins that people are manipulating, to Bitcoin. Bitcoin is an asset without an issuer. It is the one universally recognized protocol that's a commodity in the space. So when banks on Wall Street and responsible custodians are managing Bitcoin and the industry takes its eyes away from all of the shiny little tokens that have distracted and demolished shareholder value, I think the industry moves to the next level and we 10x from here. For the industry to
I mean, that's a huge statement. It's obviously a lot more reserved than what he was saying on Twitter Spaces, but there's a couple of things that he said needed to happen, and we're going to go through all of those things, because when he said that on Twitter Spaces, when he's saying this on TV, and I'm sure that this is a very unpopular opinion with a lot of Bitcoiners, right? Because he's saying, look, the grown-ups need to get in the room, Wall Street needs to get involved, the big banks need to get involved. And here's the thing, guys. I come from the opinion as a hardcore Bitcoiner myself that, Bitcoin is the money of enemies. Wall Street is going to be attracted to Bitcoin's incentives. Big banks are going to be attracted to Bitcoin's incentives. BlackRock is going to be attracted to Bitcoin's incentives. But there's a very famous saying that Max Kaiser is known for, right? Which is, you don't change Bitcoin, Bitcoin changes you, right? And I think that applies to everything and everyone, right? I just don't think that only applies to individuals. But I think Saylor is right. If you do have that much interest from these massive players, that are worth trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars, it perfectly makes sense why Bitcoin would 10x from there, right? Makes perfect sense. Anyways, so what are the couple of things that Saylor said needed to happen? First was the change in the FASB accounting rules. And that was a big deal because essentially a company could only report if it had gains to the upside, but it couldn't report that it had gains to the downside. And that made it a big headache for anyone holding Bitcoin, especially if you're a public company. That changed. That was September 6th. That was a huge deal when that happened, and we reported it when it happened. The other thing that he mentioned, which was big banks needed to have the ability to custody Bitcoin for their clients. This has happened as well. You could check that off the list. Here's just the latest example. This article dropped 5 hours ago. Third largest German bank to start crypto custody for institutional investors, right? So it's banks all over the world. In Europe and the United States, we've covered many, many press releases and many pieces of news that, have reported just that. And then the other big thing that I think everyone is waiting for is the BlackRock Bitcoin ETF. You can make the case that that's the reason that Bitcoin pumped from 28K to 35K under the expectation that that was going to get approved very, very soon and very, very quickly, right? So those are the three major things. And look, talk is cheap. You could say that what Saylor is saying is just, it's just a bunch of nonsense, but he is covering his talk with his actions. Here is November 2nd, so about 3-4 days ago. MicroStrategy buys an additional 155 more Bitcoin in October. So he's putting his money where his mouth is. Like, he's not just talking the talk, he's walking the walk. And I'm extremely bullish for the next cycle, because unlike 2018, unlike 2019, where that was the big narrative, the institutions are coming. That was how we coped with the price falling from 20K to 3.5K. Clearly, the institutions are here, and I think they're here to stay. And I think you see that with BlackRock, you see that with Fidelity, you see that with Franklin Templeton, you see that with these large institutional banks saying, "Hey, we want to custody Bitcoin." Like, all the signs are there. All the signs are there. It's incredibly obvious. BlackRock is one of the largest shareholders of all these publicly traded Bitcoin mining companies, right? You see it. It's written on the wall. Not to mention, on the nation state level, you have Nayib Bukele. I completely agree with Saylor. I think that it's an easy 10x from here. I'm going on the record saying that, Opti. Because, man, it's incredibly obvious, dude, to be honest.
Well, what's the saying? You can either predict how high the price goes or when the price goes up. I forget what the meme is, but I say that to say, Nico, at what time frame is this 10x for you?
I don't know. I can't say that.
See, literally the meme in real time. I'll tell you it's going up. I just can't tell you when.
I know it's going up. I just don't know. Look, I like I said, that's why I read you that American HODL tweet in the very beginning. I'm a bit jaded from the last bull market. I don't know. If it does, like, American HODL said it best. People are expecting 130K Bitcoin, and then this bad boy rips to 500K Bitcoin like no one fucking knows.
I mean, what, 10x from 35K? What's that, like 350K?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what Saylor's time frame is either, but if he's saying 10x in this bull run, let's go. Okay. Giga Chad Saylor.
I don't know what his time frame is. I don't think anyone could be held.
Wait, hold on. Opti's wisdom for the crowd. My super cycle. Let's fucking go. So in the space of 5 minutes, Nico went from no super cycle to it's a super cycle.
Wait. Hold on. Is a 10x a super cycle? I wouldn't consider it a super cycle.
So. I think super cycle is the idea that it's never going to come down. There won't ever be dips again.
Yeah, like I don't think a 10x is a super cycle. People forget, like 2017, that was more than a 20x.
I think that was a 20x. Yeah, 20 from 1K to 20K.
No, that was in 2017. But from the bottom to the top, like it was like a 40x. It was nuts, right?
Fact check us.
No, dude. It went from like $300, $400, $500 to 20K. That's way more than. Oh yeah,
20X. Okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah,
it's way more than a 20x. And then the last cycle, I think it was it
went from literally nothing to $1,000.
Yeah. And then the last cycle, I think the last cycle was a bit of a letdown because I think a lot of people were expecting more. But there was a couple of things that played into that. The first thing was the China ban that happened, which a lot of people don't talk about. And it's okay to be directionally correct. That's funny. Thanks, Bart. But no. So there's a couple things that happened. So first, it was the China ban. In my opinion, played a huge role in why we didn't hit 100K. It took the momentum out of it. And then the other thing that happened was I can't stay serious if you're just laughing.
Well, that's a great comment here. What is this? Simply Bears?
Okay, and then the other thing that happened was it was the China ban, and then it was all like the FTX selling paper Bitcoin and all that stuff.
I think that's the biggest thing. People forget just how much paper Bitcoin there really was in the market, and we didn't realize it until 4 years later or something like that. So maybe the 2017 pump was kind of lifted with paper Bitcoin, but it took the bear market to clear it out. Anyways, let me get back into this video here real quick before Nico rants about something else about him being bearish on a super cycle.
Nico's bearish.
Nico's bearish.
Hashtag Nico's bearish. I hope to be proven wrong. I'm taking the Vikingo stance where he's like, bro, this isn't going anywhere. Like, we're gonna hit 100K and that's it. I want to be proven wrong. Either ways, it doesn't matter to me because I don't trade. I just stay humble, stack sats.
Perfect.
But I have low expectations. I'm not gonna lie, I have low expectations.
Love it. Okay. All right. I think I'm going to say what every Bitcoiner is probably thinking when they hear this clip by Saylor. I don't know exactly how I feel about that opening statement of we need the adults, the banks in the space to custody Bitcoin. Maybe this is just my knee jerk. I know. Maybe this is just my knee jerk reaction. But from my vantage point, it's the banks are the reason why we're in this position in the first place. So the Big Short quote kind of comes into mind at the very end of that movie. I'm sure everyone's watched The Big Short multiple times by now. What's the saying, like the roosters come home to crow or roost or whatever, at the very end when the final shoe drops, Adam Carell, I think his name is, like the main guy in the head of the fund, he's on the phone with his buddy and he's like, I think it's now the time to sell. Like we got a fiduciary responsibility. And he basically said at the very end of the movie, and this of course is a 2008 financial collapse, and he's like, there are no adults in the room. Like this is what we've seen in the last, since the financial collapse. Like there is no adults in the room. There is no sober fiduciary responsibility. They are gambling with your money. And but I do agree with the sentiment of separating the yo-yo coins from Bitcoin, and that will squeeze the price up incredible. And once people understand the difference between Bitcoin and shit coins, like that Bitcoin is a different beast, that bull run, that when that cycle and that understanding finally does kick in, like that bull run is going to be absolutely insane. But I think this does really give credence to what we've been saying on the show and what I've been saying recently, ever since we've all of our cynical friends out there like, oh, we're embracing BlackRock now. It's like, guys, this is Bitcoin maturing in real time.
I'm gonna stick to what I said, bro. I think that you don't change Bitcoin changes you.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm gonna
and that's what I was gonna say, and I was gonna double down on that. I was gonna double down on that because, like, if Bitcoin can't withstand the institutional adoption, then like, what are we doing here? Because we knew that this moment was inevitable, and it really reminds me of Hal Finney. Shouts out to the GOAT Hal Finney. He did that one post. I think it was like 20, like right when Bitcoin got released. It's on Bitcoin Talk Forum. You guys could fact check me on the date. But he basically said that some banks will be fully reserved and others won't, and the market will learn the necessary lessons, in real time. They'll understand what it means to, fully hold Bitcoin, or rather letting someone else hold your Bitcoin. So the market will learn these lessons, and eventually it will all go back to people fully holding and custodying their own Bitcoin. Hence why we tell you guys up front, from the very beginning, from the very get-go, custodying Bitcoin is the most important thing to be doing. And, I believe that fractional reserve money and banks are the reason why we're in this place in the first place. So hence why I embrace every single one of you guys custodying your Bitcoin. Make sure you are holding the private keys, not your Bitcoin. Stay humble, stack sats, stay solvent. Who knows where the price is going? All we know, it's going up forever, Laura.
Let us know in the comment. Actually, Opti, let's release a poll. Okay, let's make this interactive. The poll is, do you believe that Bitcoin will reach 350K?
Ooh, we're speculating.
2025 bull cycle. Yeah, fuck it. I'm not saying anything. You're not saying anything. I want to ask the crowd. You guys know that I'm a bit bearish here, but I like American Hodl pointed out, right? That's the blind spot. But let's ask the audience. Let's ask the audience to see what they have to say. Okay, we're dropping the poll.
Well, we'll touch on it.
We'll touch on it during the meme review. During the meme review, or during the culture, we'll see what you guys think.
Yeah, the culture might be a little.
But
short
yeah,
today.
I don't know. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I have zero expectations for this. I had a lot of expectations for 100K Bitcoin 2021.
Dude, we're such jaded Bitcoiners now.
jaded,
we're like the
bro.
old guys in the room now.
I'm
We've only
super
been
jaded.
around for so long. But hey, we know this.
It's going up forever, Laura.
This is true. This is true. Anyways, guys, if you're enjoying the show, make sure to smash that like button. Really helps with the YouTube algos. And shout out to our Rumble audience. It keeps growing. So shout out to everyone watching us on Rumble. We love you guys. We appreciate you guys. And I'm speaking of Rumble. UTXO in the Rumble chat says, I give it a 60% chance that Bitcoin in US dollar terms will reach 350,000 by 2025. So we got some bulls in the Rumble chat.
Wait, I forgot to give super cycle option. So do option C, super cycle.
And of course, shout out to everyone watching us on Twitter. For whatever reason, if you can't find us on YouTube, you can find us on Rumble and Twitter, alternative video platforms. Anyways, guys, before we move on to the news segment, I want to give a shout out to our sponsor, Bitcoin 2024. It's going to be in Nashville, Tennessee this year. It's not going to be in Miami. It's July 25th through the 27th, 2024, the year of the halving. You definitely don't want to miss it. You want to get your ticket. For a GA ticket, it's $349. For an industry pass, it's $849. For a whale pass, it's $4,749. Whale pass gives you access to the deep backstage VIP lounge. The industry pass gives you access to 3 days of the conference, including industry day and discounted hotel rates. You definitely don't want to miss it. If you're trying to get a job in the industry, I would recommend the industry pass for $849. On top of these already discounted rates, you can use promo code SIMPLY to get 10% off your tickets to Bitcoin 2024. All right, everybody, let's hit the news. We got a lot to talk about today. Let's check it out.
The Daily News.
I want to give a shout out to our sponsor, Foundation Devices. It's self-custody done right. They built a premium grade hardware wallet called Passport right here in the US. It's fully open source and verifiable. It's the most intuitive Bitcoin wallet designed with a UX reminiscent of a simple feature phone. So you will know how to navigate it and use it the moment you pick it up. Get your Bitcoin off exchanges and into your own hands in just a few minutes. Experience the peace of mind that comes with taking ownership of your own keys. After a massive sellout during Bitcoin Miami 2023, the Passport is back in stock at foundationdevices.com. Bitcoin only, open source verifiable, completely air-gapped security model, gorgeous design craft, premium grade materials. If you're thinking about getting your Bitcoin off exchanges, this is the one for you. Check out the Passport link in the show notes below to learn more. All right, guys, I literally made it super easy for you guys. You could scan the QR code on your screen, get yourself a Passport hardware wallet. They pay attention to detail. It's completely open source. It's air gapped. You definitely want to get yourself one. Remember, guys, not your keys, not your Bitcoin. Get yourself a Bitcoin hardware wallet. And at Simply Bitcoin, we recommend the Passport by Foundation Devices. All right, everybody. So the big news is we're going to talk about the better flag theory. What is the better flag theory? The better flag theory is a theory that essentially, and also it was talked a little bit about during the book, The Sovereign Individual, but it's basically the general gist of it is this idea that people and businesses are going to flock to where they're treated best. And that over time, what that was going to do, it was going to create competition between jurisdictions. And when competition is created between jurisdictions, you, the sovereign individual, wins because you're going to get to pick and choose where you want to live and where you want to set up, right? Because it makes sense. Like Opti and I have talked about this many, many times. We say it jokingly, but at the same time, we're very serious. And we say, look, if all else fails, we're probably going to move to El Salvador and set up shop in El Salvador. It's very, very attractive, right? Especially with the laws that they passed, basically exempting, tech businesses from income tax, right? It's, you know, and this is, you're going to see more of this. And you see a little bit of this happening in the US because of the sovereignty of the individual states, right? So when California and New York were very, very hard on businesses during the pandemic, you saw a massive exodus of people fleeing from New York and California going to Texas and Florida, right? When other states are hostile to Bitcoin mining, like New York State, Texas is becoming incredibly friendly towards Bitcoin mining, right? And that creates competition, right? And then competition is a good thing for you as an individual. You want jurisdictions to compete for your business, right? That's how you win personally. So anyways, I thought this was really interesting. Here is Steven Lipka. He is the head of Swan Private at Swan Bitcoin. And he said, China may pursue a spot Bitcoin ETF to compete with BlackRock. Here's Arthur Hayes. Arthur Hayes is the co-founder of BitMEX. And he says, competition is amazing. If the US has its proxy asset manager, BlackRock, launching an ETF, China needs its proxy asset manager to launch one too. The US versus China economic war is great for Bitcoin. And remember, we've covered this many times with the complete 180 that happened when China banned Bitcoin mining. And then a couple months later, you started to see this news coming out of Hong Kong, how Hong Kong was planning to become this so-called crypto hub. And remember, apparently it's, one country, two systems, but Hong Kong is completely controlled by the CCP, right, which is the ruling party of mainland China. So anything that happens in Hong Kong needs a stamp of approval from the CCP. But what's really interesting is that because Hong Kong is isolated from the rest of the mainland, it's like they're using it like this, this bridge to the West, this bridge to the rest of the world, right? They can keep their populace under control in the mainland, and they could use Hong Kong as this experimentation ground, right? Which I find very, very interesting. And I think Arthur Hayes hit the nail on the head, right? If the US has its proxy asset manager, BlackRock, right? That's a very strong statement, but I agree with it. China needs its proxy asset manager to launch one too, right? And I kept saying this, guys, when this is happening, everybody wins in this case. When this happens, everybody wins. Anyways, moving on to the actual news. Here it is by Bloomberg. Hong Kong moles allowing spot crypto ETFs in pursuit of Asia hub. It goes on to say, Hong Kong is assessing whether to allow exchange-traded funds that invest directly in crypto as officials set up steps to create an Asia-Pacific digital asset hub while tackling the fallout of the JPX scandal. The city is weighing retail investor access to such spot ETFs, providing regulatory concerns are met. It goes on to say, quote, we welcome proposals using innovative technology that boosts efficiency and customer experience. It goes on to say, we're happy to give it a try as long as new risks are addressed. Our approach is consistent regardless of the asset. The crypto sector sees ETFs as a way of making digital assets more mainstream since the funds are readily available to a variety of investors. Bitcoin has surged 110% this year, partly on expectations that the likes of BlackRock will soon win permission to start the first US spot ETFs for the token. ETF Outlook. Both Hong Kong and the US are currently allowing future-based crypto ETFs, but the take-up has been modest compared to the overall size of the fund industry. The Asian city currently lists the Samsung Bitcoin Futures Active, the CSOP Bitcoin Futures, and the CSOP Ethers Futures. They have combined assets of about $65 million. Just how pop spot funds will be is an open question. Following the 2022 digital asset rout and the conviction of SBF for the multi-billion-dollar FTX fraud, which damages crypto's reputation. I agree with that statement. I think it definitely damages crypto's reputation, but I don't think it damages Bitcoin's reputation. Bitcoin is not crypto. It goes on to say, Hong Kong rolled out a dedicated virtual asset regulatory framework in June, part of an effort to restore its luster as a cutting-edge financial center. The rules seek to woo companies but also focus on investor protection, a need underlined by the alleged Hong Kong $1.6 billion fraud that recently erupted in the city at an unlicensed JPX crypto exchange. Quote, the incident underscores a requirement for robust, comprehensive regulatory framework. The SFC has enhanced transparency over applications for virtual asset exchange license. So anyways, I think the point is made. This is awesome. You're seeing the flag theory play out in real time. And, you know, when jurisdictions compete for your business, they compete for you to come and set up shop where they are so that they can benefit from the tax revenue. You win as an individual. Now, this was all predicted back in the 90s in the book that I highly recommend and I talk about every single show. In the book, The Sovereign Individual, this is what they were talking about. When jurisdictions compete for your business, you win. So more of this. This is a good thing. And I love the way that Arthur Hayes framed it because I think it was the most effective way. I think it was the best way, right? When different jurisdictions, if the US has its proxy manager, BlackRock, China needs one as well, right? He's just, you know, he's taking out the veneer. He's taking out the bullshit. He's speaking it as it, you know, like it is. So yeah, man, this is pretty crazy. Now, a couple things, right? Because we are a Bitcoin show after all. I think a lot of Bitcoiners are very skeptical of you know, of these ETFs, rightly so. But I'm gonna keep doubling down on that max quote because I think it is the most appropriate here. I think a lot of Bitcoiners think that BlackRock is going to change Bitcoin. I think it's going to be Bitcoin that changes BlackRock. And I think that a lot of the, you know, so-called evil actions that you see from these giant institutions, whether, you know, it's BlackRock, the World Economic Forum, the World Bank, the IMF, it's not necessarily that these people are inherently evil. I think that they're paying their mortgages off as well too. I think, you know, inflation affects them as well. I just genuinely think that they think they're doing what's best for everybody else. And I think that the incentive structure is misaligned. And as long as the incentive structure is misaligned, they're just acting out of their own self-interest. But their own self-interest is to really just hurt everybody else so that they could benefit themselves. Under a Bitcoin standard, you acting out of your own self-interest actually makes the Bitcoin network stronger. And in the process, it makes Bitcoin more valuable. And everybody wins, right? And I think it's very, very difficult to imagine from within the fiat matrix how a world can exist where every facet of society is just acting out of their own self-interest and it's helping everybody else. I think it's very difficult to imagine from our perspective, but we do have a case study. It's no longer theoretical, which is El Salvador, right? You have a country that fixed the base layer of society. And I don't think it's a coincidence that they have the most popular president in the Americas. You have President Nayib Bukele over a 90% approval rating. I don't think it's a coincidence that the country that made Bitcoin legal tender, the president of that country has that level of approval rating. I don't think that's a coincidence. I think that El Salvador is an example of a society who's fixed their incentive structure and a society who's slowly transitioning completely to a sound money standard. And of course, you're going to get the beneficial effects of that, just like it's affected my life, just like it's affected Opti's life, just like it's benefiting Chad Saylor, who's basically saying Bitcoin's going to 10x on mainstream media. So yeah, man, that's my take on this. Opti, where's your mind at?
Yeah. So 1 second. Not only are we seeing the better flag theory play out, like you're mentioning, we're seeing kind of that meme that Safety always talks about, that you cannot isolate yourself from the consequences of holding bad money, or rather, in the flip side, the hard money game is a global phenomenon. And I had this thought this morning, or rather, I think it was last night when I saw that this news kind of popped off on Twitter. I know Simply Bitcoin, Nico and I, we are kind of America first because we are Americans. So we kind of always view this through an American lens. But Bitcoin is global, and it's very easy for us to forget that. But this hard money game, the Bitcoin game, the Bitcoin monetary experiment is a global phenomenon. And as much as we do cover what's going around the world, we try to be as global as possible, and we cover things that are happening in Bitcoin everywhere around the world. It is kind of easy for us to always view this through an American-centric lens. And so, in that context, it's awesome to see that we are seeing the competitions of hard money being played out, the game theory of Bitcoin being played out on a geopolitical level, on the nation state level. And the US, as much as they're trying, and let's connect this with what we've been seeing the last couple of weeks coming out of the bureaucrats and the central bankers and the Fed, as much as the US is trying to fight Bitcoin, we got Elizabeth Warren out there painting us all as criminals and doing whatever she can to basically gaslight the individuals out there from not embracing Bitcoin and rather, scaring legislation and regulation, the dirty words, away from treating Bitcoin properly. The U.S. can't isolate themselves from the consequences of fighting hard money. And we're seeing this happen in real time, and you just love to see it. And, finally, I can embrace the meme of the U.S. should follow China's lead. For forever on this show, I've been kind of trolling all our politicians. So, we need to follow China and make a digital CBDC system. It's like, what the hell is going on? Now they're kind of, stuck between a rock in a hard place where it's like, okay, what the hell is Gary Gensler doing over there? We know he taught a class on MIT. We know that there's institutional and retail interest in a Bitcoin ETF product.
Dude, he even said it. We caught him in 4K.
Exactly.
We played you a video of him saying, I don't know why the spot Bitcoin ETF hasn't been approved. It's so clearly political, but the beauty of this is the incentives of Bitcoin are so irresistible that even it's just even the CCP, one of the most totalitarian governments on the face of the planet, they ban it, and then they're just like, no, wait a second. We still want to benefit from this, right? So I think it's just a testament to Bitcoin's incentives. And I think that's why we're going to win this at the end of the day. Bitcoin's incentives are superior to any offerings from the government, whether that's bonds, whether that's fiat money. It's just superior. And I think over time, more and more people are just going to use Larry Fink's own words, I think there's going to be a flight to quality. And Bitcoin clearly is that mother effing quality. It's very, very clear. And I think as time goes by, it will become more and more and more apparent. Anyways, Opti?
Yeah. Just the last thing is just remember that Bitcoin is basically like a Mexican standoff. The consensus of Bitcoin is a Mexican standoff between the miners, the users, the businesses, and then literally on a global macro level, people will need to hold Bitcoin just to protect themselves, because if you don't hold the hardest money in the room, it is your wealth that is getting funneled. So everyone needs to do it to protect themselves. Again, using Safety's meme, people will adopt Bitcoin out of necessity, like gunpowder. Even though Bitcoin is protection, it is a shield from theft. It is a shield from inflation. It is a shield from getting debased and holding something that can hold value long term. If you don't do it and your neighbor does, or your enemy does, they are going to get wealthier. And we're seeing this game theory play out in real time, and you just love to see it. We're front running everyone, guys. You're so far ahead of the game. It's so beautiful. I know we always try to attack each other because we disagree on 0.01% of, the information, but holding Bitcoin is the winning move. The winning move is holding Bitcoin.
100%. By the way, guys, yeah, dude, this is your opportunity to front run Wall Street. 100%. Guys, if you're enjoying the show, make sure to smash that like button. We're about to break 300 live viewers just on YouTube alone. Help us keep pushing the video. So if you're enjoying the show, smash that like button and consider subscribing if you're a new viewer. Anyways, I want to give a shout out to one of our sponsors. They're the most trusted place to buy, sell, and host mining equipment. You got to check out Kaboom Racks. You could scan the QR code on your screen right now. It will take you directly to their Telegram marketplace where you can check out their inventory and connect with a member of their sales team. They make purchasing products easy and transparent. What about sell mining equipment? They got your back too. You could access their vast network of domestic and international customers when you sell your Bitcoin mining ASIC with them. So you haven't already done so, check out Kaboom Racks today. They're the most trusted place to buy, sell, and host Bitcoin ASICs. All right, everybody, let's get to the culture. We have a lot to talk about.
The Daily Culture.
Brought to you by SwanBitcoin.com. Swan is the best way to build your Bitcoin stack with automated Bitcoin savings plans and instant purchases, serving clients of any size from $10 to $10 million. We love Swan because they incentivize self-custody and dollar cost averaging. What are you waiting for? Visit SwanBitcoin.com today.
All right, guys. So One second. We broke 21K on YouTube. Let's go! And of course, you know, this is, I guess maybe you could say this is like a vanity number. This is just kind of us feeling good. Yeah, exactly. It's just us feeling good about attacking the media game on YouTube. And, you know, we want to give back. And so I told you guys all last week that we're going to do a giveaway for you guys in the chat. For you guys that have been holding us down all year, you ride with us every single day. You're in the comments. You're adding value to people that hang out. You know, I gave a lot of you guys mod access as well because you're here with us every single day. And we're seeing that more and more people are joining us. They're asking questions. So for you guys that hang out with us, we wanted to do a very special giveaway. And we're giving you guys the grand prize here, which is going to be a stamp seed kit. We have it here. Let me pull this up so you guys can see it. I think, if I remember correctly, it will be a Simply Bitcoin themed one, but we can talk about this as well. If you guys want just one that's a little more incognito, we can definitely do that for you guys as well. Though I will kind of have
$120 worth of value, I might add.
Yeah, and maybe we'll throw in some extra little goodies in there, but you're definitely going to get a stamp seed kit. That's for you guys in the chat. Though I do kind of have to give the caveat that we are trying to do this. It's easiest for us to do it to our US audience. But if you happen to be the winner and you're outside of the US, I'm sure we can figure out something how to get this to you guys. So we're doing this live. And then to everyone else, I had to talk with Wine this morning. He kind of yelled at me. Apparently, I didn't do the giveaway as best as I could have. So I am going to continue to do the other prizes for you guys that are replay viewers on YouTube, in our Telegram, and on Twitter. I'm going to extend it for one more week. I will do a tweet about it and stuff, and do a little more kind of little things that you got to do so that we can push this a little bit. But anyways, I'll get that for you guys. So the other giveaways I'm going to postpone until next Monday. We have no guests next Monday, so I'll do another giveaway for you guys next Monday. But for you guys in the chat, look, I was joking last week, but I was very serious. I was writing your names and checking the list twice like Santa Claus. So, you know, guys, I took as many people as I remember that's been hanging out with us all year long, whether it's you guys just kind of chilling with us one day or not one day, a couple of days, you know, just people that I'd known that you've been with us all year long. The names that I'm familiar with, I added I just was doing kind of a few extra ones in here just so that I know that I see you guys and I know you're in here as well. That's kind of why I was delayed a little bit. And so, guys, you know, forgive me. This is the first time I'm using it. I've never used this before, so I don't want anyone to like actually me like, bro, it's not fully random. Like, well, this is why I'm doing it live. All right, so look, I added. Let's see how many people. 38 of you guys in here that I know for sure you've been hanging out with us basically every single day on Simply Bitcoin in the live chat. If I didn't get your name on there, like, forgive me, but I'm doing the ones that I remember that I know you guys are here with us every single day, basically. And so I'm going to do the live chat. I'm going to do this live, pick a name. You'll be the winner. We're going to do this live on air. But again, I will be doing a giveaway for you guys from our Telegram group and our Twitter audience and the YouTube playback. So it might be a little clunky, but I want to make sure that every one of our supporters is getting, at least has a chance to get something. So I don't want you guys to yell at me like, oh, they're doing favoritism to the people that can show up live. Like, I got a job, bro. I can't show up at noon. I know. That's why I'm going to do another giveaway for the YouTube subscribers. There's 21,000 of you guys. So I'll do that one next week. But live for you guys, we are doing this live. Again, I have 38 of you guys. Forgive me if this isn't fully random. This is the option that I figured out I could do for you guys. So hopefully this works right here. I'm going to spin this live, and the winner, I guess, will reach out to me in email. I don't know. We'll do this live. Let's just do this. Oh no, it's Andres. Wow. Now I'm really going to be, now people are really going to say that I had favoritisms. Wow. Okay. Oh my God. I couldn't have made that up, guys. So Andres, our boy, son of Sats, hangs out with us on Twitter Spaces. I guess you won the stamp seat. I'll check. I'll email you right now, bro. Wow. Now,
but if he's not watching the show,
if he's not in the chat live, man. Okay. I guess that's the new rules. Andres, you have like 2 seconds.
You have 2 seconds, Andres.
If you're not in the show, in the chat right now, then wrecked, bro. Then I'll have to get you.
Everyone's saying rigged.
Yeah, everyone's saying rigged. Okay. Well, I guess he's not here. All right, let's do it one more time because he's not in the chat.
All right. We got to respin.
Kaizen?
Kaizen
In the chat.
Kaizen, are you in the chat?
Kaizen's in the chat. Okay. All right, Kaizen. Well,
I am here.
Let's go. All right, Kaizen. So, maybe either reach out to me on
Kaizen is saying it's rigged. All right, spin it again.
Wow, hold on. Let's give him a chance. Okay, Kaizen. I guess. Oh, he goes yes. All right. He was complaining about it rigged when on this one.
It's not so rigged anymore, is it?
Okay. All right, Kaizen. Reach out either on Twitter, DM me, or if you want to reach out on Telegram, or you can hit me in email, Optimus@Bitvolt. I probably shouldn't have gave you guys my email. Now I'm going to get trolled. How do we do this?
Send us a DM on Twitter. Our DMs are open.
There we go.
Send us a DM on Twitter.
As you can tell, this is the first one we've done live. Because the last time I tried to give you guys money, you guys trolled us. So I had to figure out a new way to do this.
Copernicus, shame on you, bro.
Yeah. So, all right. He's going to message us on Twitter. All right, cool.
Okay.
All right, dope. All right.
Yeah. So we'll
Shout out to you.
Yeah. We'll also be giving away merch as well.
Yeah. That's the next move for everyone.
We love
Telegram,
you. We love you
YouTube,
guys.
Twitter.
Bear with us while we figure out this
the logistics so we don't get trolled live.
We don't figure we figure out how we're gonna do this and how we make it fair and all that stuff. But congratulations, Kaizen, for
Kaizen. DM me at the Simply Bitcoin TV Twitter account and we'll go from there.
Yeah, exactly. So, but congratulations, man. You won the giveaway. So shout out to you, brother.
Don't do that. Ignore that. I'm going to cut it out.
All right, everybody.
Man. All right, yeah, but just to be clear, I'm going to do a tweet about this once I get off air. There'll be some things, just like subscribe, like our sponsor, Stampseed, and we're going to do some prizes.
Kaizen, you got to follow Stampseed.
Yeah, we gotta make sure that our boys get some love, and then I'll make sure that I pick the winners from the Telegram group
And we'll do
the Twitter and the YouTube.
We'll do a
audience.
promo. We'll do a promo tweet. We'll, give away.
And then
hey,
if they reach out and for some reason there's some issues or that we pick a bot or whatever, I don't know. We'll redo it again. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Andres, you should have tuned in today, bro.
Hey, it sucks to suck, bro.
He should have tuned in. All right, everybody. We're gonna get a message later.
I'm pretty sure I added you to the wheel, bro.
All right, everybody. Let's hit the meme review. We got a lot of memes to review.
The Daily Meme Review.
Wow, I just realized I didn't get you stat-wise. I should have. I guess I didn't double check my list.
All right, we'll be giving away. We're gonna
give some more away.
We're gonna give some more stuff. We're gonna be giving away some merch as well. We love you guys. We wouldn't be here without you. We wouldn't reach 21K without you.
That's what it is.
We're giving a little back. Anyways, Opti.
How about I'll say it now to 42K. We'll do another one.
Oof. Okay. All right. So I do want to end this poll. So that we know the results. There was 200 of you voting. Dude,
the chat's undefeated.
No. We can't talk about this, guys. Remember the Overton window.
Remember, we're on YouTube, guys. We're on YouTube.
Shift it. Okay. So we did run a poll. It says, do you believe Bitcoin will reach 350K in 2025? 65% of you said yes. 34% of you said no. So the chat, and there was 200 votes. So the chat is ultra effing bullish right now. They're super, super, super bullish. 65% feel like Bitcoin is going to break 350K or hit 350K next cycle.
Can't wait till our poll chat in the YouTube is statistically relevant with 2,000 of you guys live in there doing the poll results. So we can be like a official like corporate press site over here. Anyways, oh man, what a day. All right. This is the meme review, guys, where you send us memes on Twitter, tag the @simplybitcointv account, or drop them in our Telegram group, t.me/simplybitcointv. I look in there every morning. I add your guys' tags to our show notes. I may not be able to get to them all, but tweets are the bullets, memes are the artillery. Tag your favorite memers memes, or even tag yourself. I am not above nepotism when it comes to the meme review. But as you can tell, we are in an information war. Spreading the signal is the utmost priority. Making sure people are taking Bitcoin into custody. This is the way. This is how we win. All right. Anyways, first meme is by Marcus Connor NH. He's actually the artist that does the Bitcoin, the little Bitcoin coin guys. And this is a play on the Drake Hotline Bling, as we covered a little bit on last week's show. Apparently, Bitcoin Magazine is getting sued for copyright infringement on this FedNow logo.
No, explain that better, bro. Well, the Federal Reserve.
I got it right here.
The central bank of the United States.
Read it live.
Is threatening to sue. They sent a cease and desist letter to Bitcoin Magazine for misrepresenting the FedNow brand.
It says alleging apparel that parodies its FedNow system is not protected speech, but copyright infringement.
Bro.
The best part is that there's a Fed stooge over there that's watching Bitcoin Magazine content and hey, Jay Powell, I think we got to do something about this. Actually, the most disgusting part about this is that they were saying that they were trying to associate themselves with FedNow. It's no, it was literally the opposite. It's ridiculing the FedNow. Anyways, we got the little Bitcoin logo doing the hotline bling. No, and it goes FedNow 24/7 instant payments. No, that's not what it's about. But it's the yes and the FedNow because it's big brother dystopian technology, central bank digital control mechanism. Convince me otherwise. Okay, next one is by Dom Bay. He hung out with us on Thursday, aka at Baywatch1 on Twitter, and he goes, "In the mind of Joe Carlasari, this is how the exchange between Jay Powell and David Bailey is going right now regarding the Fed trying to stop Bitcoin Magazine from making Fed Now parody shirts." And you see Jay Powell here looking at his cell phone, and he's running an old iPhone too. What is this, like iPhone 3 or something like that? Anyways, he's texting Bitcoin Mag and goes, "Guys, just take it down, please." And Bitcoin Mag responds, "Fed Now, you done effed up. Shoulda stuck to rates." And then he goes, Jay Powell goes, "See, this is why no one takes you guys or Bitcoin seriously." And then Bitcoin Mag responds, "We seriously gonna own the Fed." And Jay Powell responds, "See, you guys, point proven, more like point dropped. You won't." Okay, I'm done here. That's exactly how it went down. Okay, next one. This one is family friendly-ish. Shouts out to Cluckies. Shouts out to Copernicus for tagging me. We have a
Why
guy.
is it always Copernicus, bro?
Yeah, this is actually a good meme. This is actually funny. We got a man soliciting a streetwalker, and he goes, $50, whatever you want, baby. And he goes, "Can you help me fix my node?" It really be like that. I don't care about anything else. Just my node is acting up. How do you fix this? I will pay you to help me.
As in your Bitcoin node. As in a Bitcoin node.
Yeah, as in a Bitcoin node. Exactly. Dude, get your thoughts out of the gutter, Nika. Jeez. Okay. Next one is by RD_BTC.
It's always Copernicus.
And it goes, "Performance enhancing books, #Bitcoin, #education." And we got a guy with a syringe needle going straight into his brain. And it is the Bitcoin standard, the fiat standard, and principles of economics. And I think we can add Broken Money by Lynn Alden. They are all coming out of Saifedean Productions. I need to get me that one, but I've been hearing really good things. I need to refresh. All right. Next one is Rope. And shouts out to Rope, because he's very much one of those cynical Bitcoiners I was talking about in the beginning, saying that we're Bitcoiners, but we're embracing BlackRock. Anyways, we got the classic girl yelling at the cat meme, and she's yelling at, it's like, what, Housewives or Bachelorette or something? I don't know. And he goes, "I thought you wanted to build black markets." And the cat with the laser eyes goes, "No, I said I want BlackRock to pump the market." And he's got the Kermit the Frog tea here.
The Frog.
But hey,
Kermit
dude,
the Frog.
This is soup. That's not tea or coffee. That's a soup with the frog. So you need to up your meme game, Rope. Okay, next one is by our boy Nick Can't Mine, and we got a picture here of Elizabeth Warren plastered on top of the officer from Inglourious Bastards, and goes, "You're hiding Bitcoin private keys under the floorboards, are you not?"
I think that's Mussolini.
Is it? I'm pretty sure this is from Inglourious Bastards.
Oh, man.
But I don't know. Shouts out to Nick, dude. He's going hard.
Oh man. Dude,
this one's too
hilarious.
good. This one's too
hilarious.
Good. All right.
Hilarious.
Next one is by Chairforce_BTC. And he just goes #Bitcoin. And we got a picture here of someone, checking if this is a fake $100 bill or not. And it goes, "I find it hilarious when a cashier checks my money to see if it's fake." And then we have someone transacting in Bitcoin when they don't even accept real money in the first place. Absolutely incredible. Opti can read books.
We got an order. On the live show. Shout out to you, brother. Thanks for ordering our merch. Speaking of our merch.
Hey.
Speaking of our merch, first of all, breaking news: Opti can read books. Boom.
Yes, I can read books.
If you want to support the show, help us stay independent, please. We are forced to say this because of wine. Buy our merch. You can see the QR code on your screen right there.
And while we're doing this, for everyone else to give away that will be ended next Monday, we're going to give away a shirt, maybe even a hoodie, maybe a couple shirts. I don't know. We got to figure this out.
And Opti is going to be modeling on our new collection.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. There you go. You see? Do you want to see Opti model? Say yes in the chat. And
wait,
we'll
Nico, you get mad at me about doing the streetwalker meme, and yet here you just prostitute me out constantly.
That's not true.
He's like, how can we sell Opti Smile more so we can make some money off of him? I get it. Okay, all right. Anyway, drop your meme review score in the chat.
There's more backstory to that, bro. Opti has like some modeling pictures on his Instagram.
Dude, your boy is kind of sexy. I don't know. I know I
he's
look
got-
ugly. I know I look like a nerd on the show, but your boy can't see. I'm blind. All right. Anyways, that's besides the point. I mean, you're the one with the blonde tip. You're the real influencer here. Anyways. All right. Drop your score in the chat. My score, you ready for this one, Nico?
Yeah.
Is red UV light. If you know, you know.
Oh, okay. You're on the Steven Lipka tip. Okay. All right. Interesting. All right. That's a good score. I'm going to give it this.
On your balls.
I'm going to give it this Bitcoin magnet. Bitcoin magnet. Yep. That's what I'm going to give it. That's my score. That's my score.
Oh, man. These scores are good. Hold on. Oh, man. This is a good Monday. This is a good rep.
Starting off strong. Okay.
Even though Nico started off the show with simply burnt out energy, we ended strong. We ended very strong. Okay.
Oh, man. All right. BTC is truth. Watching Simply Bitcoin while at work.
This is the way. That's
how you do it. The P-Man van. I could watch Simply Bearish in my underwear at work.
Oh, man.
All right, next one. We got we are all Kazan. We are all Kazan on Bitcoin Twitter and Opti's email. Oh my god!
Oh, wow. All right.
You're gonna get trolled like an mother.
Good thing I'm in the process of switching to a new work email, so I will have to nuke it soon.
Sam Bankman, most shoelaces. Sam, yes.
Yikes.
Okay.
That one's dark.
Hammers all. Planet Earth says surfboards for the 2025 Bitcoin tsunami.
Oh, yeah.
Surf's gonna be up.
Guys,
AF
our
amigos.
boy dropped an epic article on our Substack. Do not sleep on the Substack, simplybitcoin.substack.com or simplybitcoin.com. You can
go
get there.
Go to simplybitcoin.news and you can go directly
there we go.
Make sure to
The
subscribe.
Bitcoin tsunami, it's lit. He's dropping that hot heat.
Hot fire. Elaine Lowell, Bitcoin bull run. Waits till I'm ready. I'll let you know when Bitcoin. It'll be soon. Okay. Rope. Opti being stuck by a rock. And what is it? What is that saying? That is hilarious. Tyler Durden swallowed the red pill. 1 can unopened premium dog food. Okay.
Wow.
Keefy boy, I give the memes my old hat after I get the
They're
new
coming.
Simply Bitcoin hat. They're coming. Blame wine. Like tag Winekiss on Twitter and say, Wine, where are the hats? Meme score, mic positioning. Okay.
What is this? They want better mic positioning? I saw you guys talking about it earlier. I don't know.
Our mics are pretty well positioned. Interesting. When Simply Bitcoin Speedo with Opti modeling.
You do not want to see that.
It's going to happen. All right. Matthew J, 1 stamp seed plaint and punch set.
Let's go. Wait.
Opti works in red light. Is that what the red light was for?
It wasn't, but apparently it is. Wait. Where do they want the mic? The mic. I feel like this is good.
Okay, we're out of time. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Simply Bitcoin Live. We appreciate y'all. If you guys enjoyed the show, make sure to smash that like button. Consider subscribing if you feel like we provided you value. But the number one thing you could do to help push the peaceful Bitcoin revolution is share this content, share all Bitcoin content, share Bitcoin art, share Bitcoin culture. That's how we spread it. We got to take over the culture, ladies and gentlemen. That's how we do it. Anyways, guys, I'm your host Nico. This is my co-host Opti. We love you all. We'll be back tomorrow, 12:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for another episode of Simply Bitcoin Live. Peace out, y'all.